Are you traveling today?
Megan, I'm not going to answer any of your questions unless you have reasonable articulable suspicion I've committed
I'm about to do that. I'm not here to get a legal advice from you.
Yeah.
Put your hands behind your back, please.
Sir,
You need to stop and listen to me. I'm trying to identify you because you're causing a disturbance at the airport.
You can't handcuff people because you don't know if they're a threat or not, sir. That's dangerous that you're acting like this, really. If I were you, I would invoke your own right to remain silent, sir, because you're just digging yourself deeper in the hole. You just said there's no crime. Come on, man. Sergeant Drummond.
Yes.
Sergeant Drummond, I would like to be released immediately from this unlawful detainment.
How you doing, Sergeant?
You're videotaping me?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I don't want to talk to you then. If you want to videotape me, then if you want to talk to me like a man, we can chat.
I thought you were busy. I thought you were a busy man.
I am busy.
So you should get to work.
I should get to work? Is that what you're telling me?
If you're busy.
Welcome back to the Lackluster channel. Today's story was submitted by Long Island Audit, who on July 23rd of 2021 was filming the TSA security checkpoint at Bradley International Airport to gather content for a news story when he was approached by Agent Dumas.
Can I ask why you're recording?
I'm just recording.
Okay. Any particular reason you're recording our security operation here?
Yeah, I am recording the security operation. That's correct.
Can I ask why?
Yeah, I'm just interested in it.
Okay.
That's all. Yeah.
All right. Well, you know you're not supposed to be recording our operation.
I'm not supposed to be recording?
You're not supposed to be recording anything that's going on here.
Why not?
Well, you're standing out here. If you're going through.
Am I in security?
No, and that's why I'm asking you what's going on here. Are you traveling today?
Oh, okay. No, I don't. I would prefer not to. Your name is Megan Dumas?
Yeah.
Hi, Megan. Nice to meet you. No.
I can see you.
No, I don't want to.
For me, please?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I like the way they look.
Are you traveling today?
Megan, I'm not going to answer any of your questions.
Okay, is that someone you're with traveling?
I
need you to stop recording.
I just said that I'm not going to answer any of your questions.
Okay. You want me to get someone else over here that you can answer the questions for?
No, Megan, it wouldn't. That wouldn't change anything. I'm just not going to answer any questions today. That's all.
Commercial airports in the United States are paid for by the taxpayers and overseen by the government, which makes them public spaces. However, the First, Second, and Fourth Amendments are reduced in the airport once you pass through security checkpoints. While many agencies operate within the airport, the TSA is certainly the most conspicuous. Created in response to the September 11 attacks by the Department of Homeland Security, the TSA has authority over the security of travel in the United States. It employs over 47,000 people and costs the taxpayers nearly $8 billion per year. Despite the enormous costs, their employees are arrested more often than they are able to stop criminal activity. On top of that, the Department of Homeland Security tested their agents by attempting to pass 70 weapons through their checkpoints, and were successful 67 times. In addition to their massive shortcomings and lack of usefulness, some of their agents, similar to most law enforcement officers, are completely unaware of our constitutional rights. After speaking to Agent Dumas, a supervising agent advises her that because LIA is not in a restricted area, he is allowed to film their operation.
How you doing today, sir? Are you a supervisor?
Yeah.
I was just explaining to Megan here that I'm an independent.
You have every right to film.
Yeah.
As long as you don't film the X-ray screens, because that's all sensitive. And impede the operation, you're fine.
Yeah. No, I'm just an independent journalist gathering content for a story.
I think you're well within your rights. I think you know them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. And your name was? Brett Kavanaugh. Brett. Wow, like the Supreme Court Justice.
Despite the TSA supervisor correcting his minion, Officer Lavoie of the Connecticut State Police now arrives on scene and begins to question LIA as well.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
Lavoie with the State Police. How are you doing today?
How you doing, Trooper?
Good. I'm here to find out what your business here is at the airport today.
Nothing. Just gathering content for a story. I'm an independent journalist.
Oh, great. Do you have your ID on you?
I'm not going to provide you my ID, Trooper.
By a state trooper for your ID, you're going to have to provide that.
This Connecticut, sir, is not a stop and ID state, and unless you have reasonable articulable suspicion,
I'm about to do that. I'm not here to get a legal advice from you.
Yeah.
I'm asking legally an order from a state trooper to provide me your ID. You're causing alarm at the airport. Multiple people have come up to us asking what you're doing.
There's a TSA supervisor who just told me I was well within my rights.
Please?
Sir, let's
Put your hands behind your back, please.
I'm going.
Put your hands behind your back, please.
sir.
Trooper Lavoie has now unlawfully detained Long Island Audit for exercising his right to free press, claiming that any time a state trooper asks for identification, even in the absence of probable cause or reasonable articulable suspicion, all citizens must comply. This is a common misconception that somehow most law enforcement officers in the US share. Forcibly identifying a person for no reason is an egregious violation of the Fourth Amendment. It is terrifying to think of the many officers that have sworn to uphold the Constitution, that believe they have the authority to perform an unreasonable search and seizure. These officers' ideals are wholesomely un-American. The root cause of this issue is Terry v. Ohio, an inflammatory and unconstitutional Supreme Court ruling that allows the detention and frisk of citizens based on officer safety. In this case, it has led the officer to believe that he can restrict the movement of an innocent free man, based on the complaint of another person in the airport. Long Island Audit is detained in handcuffs for 20 minutes. The following are excerpts from the officer's body cam.
I'm not. I don't even have any ID on me.
One detained, refusing to provide ID.
I don't consent to any searches.
I didn't ask you that. Is there anything on you that's going to harm me? What's this, sir?
That's my car key. Sir, I'm an independent journalist working on gathering content for a story.
You need to stop trying to teach me
Why
legal.
are you shaking? I'm not gonna hurt you.
You need to stop and listen to me. I'm trying to identify you because you're causing a disturbance at the airport.
You have no right to identify.
Are you going to stop arguing with me? Because this is causing a big problem now.
I'm not going to answer any more questions till your supervisor gets here, please.
Not a problem.
Invoke my fifth.
Okay.
You're making a big mistake here, Trooper. I'm telling you, you are.
Unfortunately, sir, you made the mistake by not identifying yourself.
But why are you shaking? I'm not a threat
I'm not
to you,
shaking.
sir. I'm not a threat
You're detained right now. You're my responsibility. If you fall over,
I'm not a threat
you're
to
my
you.
responsibility. You're saying that, but I don't know that. I don't know that you're not a threat to anything here at the airport.
Sir, the way the world works, you can't handcuff people because you don't know if they're a threat or not, sir. That's dangerous that you're acting like this, really. Just because you're an officer doesn't mean give you the right to.
Trying to provoke this, but it's not going to work.
An unlawful detainment. This is you know what that's going to happen, right?
Are you trying to scare me?
I'm just saying.
Are you trying to intimidate me?
I'm trying to tell you that this is unlawful, sir. I've been nothing but cordial with you since you came up to me.
Absolutely, except you interfered with my investigation and failed to provide your ID.
You have no authority, sir. You have no authority to ask me for ID, sir. That's just the fact. Can you articulate to me a crime?
I did not say that there was a crime committed, sir. I tried to identify you to make sure that there was no issue here, and you refused to do that.
If I were you,
then you would not put your hands behind your back.
If I were you, I would invoke your own right to remain silent, sir, because you're just digging yourself deeper in a hole. You just said there's no crime. Come on, man.
When I went to identify him to find out what his business here at the airport, he refused to comply. Okay. Wouldn't provide me any ID. He's like pushing the limits. He's trying to test us, I think, and see. He's saying I violated his First Amendment right, and that he didn't have to provide ID, and that's why he didn't.
Sergeant Drummond. Yes. Sergeant Drummond, I would like to be released immediately from this unlawful detainment. I have not broken any laws. Mm-hmm. Your trooper did not have any reasonable articulable suspicion to identify me or in any way. I talked to supervisor from the TSA, Brett Kavanaugh. He told me that I have every right to film the security checkpoint. Mm-hmm. This is a public building. I'm an independent journalist. He's violating my First Amendment right of freedom of press. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I would like to be released from these handcuffs. Okay. And he turned off my phone. I would like to be released from these handcuffs immediately. I would like to file a formal complaint against this trooper. Okay. And I'll be writing a statement to your internal affairs. But I'd like to file a complaint with you as a supervisor.
Well, I'm going to direct you to our professional standards unit.
You're not going to take a complaint from me?
I don't take complaints. We don't do that. You have to go through our professional standards.
That's not how it works with troopers?
No.
Okay.
No. It has to go for you
professional standards?
Yeah, and then it'll come down through the chain of command.
Okay, great. But what I'm saying is, if he's breaking the law,
or I'm going to leave. Stop talking.
I mean, you can leave whenever you'd like, sir.
Right. You guys are all set?
Can I get my things and go?
I'm going
to get it.
Okay.
I'm going near my
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Be careful, man. Come on. What's wrong with you? Come on, man. This is all on a call for.
I don't know.
I'll be talking to professional standards since your sergeants don't want him to do anything. You need to learn the law.
Don't point. Listen, we're done talking. We're done. Get yourself a scope. Let's go, sir.
Not even a simple one for after?
Huh?
Not even a simple
No, just let him go.
Simple infraction for what? I didn't break the law.
All right, let's go.
You did. You violated my rights. I was just unlawfully detained by the Connecticut State Troopers here. I was put in cuffs by a tyrant officer.
a rogue officer who thought that he knew his job, but obviously didn't.
After being released by Sergeant Drummond, Long Island Audit intends to file a complaint and travels to the Connecticut State Police Headquarters to file a complaint on Trooper Lavoie. He was initially greeted with respect and was offered a complaint form by one of the troopers, but the conversation rapidly changes when the trooper displays his misunderstanding of the law as well.
You want to talk inside? Or?
Yeah.
But you can't film inside, that's the only thing. If you want to film,
Why can't I film inside?
I'm not 100% sure, but I know you can't film inside because it's state property right now. All right, you can film out here all you want. I can talk to you out here, yeah.
All right, let's do it that way.
Yeah.
So,
let me grab my camera too, all right?
Okay, great. But I was filming at the Bradley International Airport. I'm an independent journalist. I was gathering content for my story. Okay. TSA became, worried about me filming. Okay. So a TSA agent came and contacted me, a TSA officer, and I informed her what I was doing. She didn't like it. She got her supervisor. Her supervisor of that TSA came and spoke to me and said, "You have every right to film wherever you want in here. It's not an issue. I know your rights. You know your rights. We're good. Yeah. I understand you're a journalist. I understand you have the freedom of press, First Amendment right. So,
no problem, man.
So I thought it was over at that point. Okay. A trooper, Lavoie, stationed at the Bradley International Airport, approached me after I spoke with the supervisor immediately after, and he said, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "Good. Just independent journalist gathering content for a story." He then told me, "Give me your ID." Okay. So I said, "Unfortunately, sir, for you, I'm not going to give you my ID because I haven't committed a crime. Okay. You have no reasonable articulable suspicion that I've committed a crime. Yeah. Can you articulate a crime that I've committed?" He says, "When a state trooper orders you to give them your ID, you must provide ID legally." I said, "That is not true. This is not a stop and ID state. That is not true, trooper." He became upset of my denial to give up my rights, and he told me, "Put your hands behind your back." He then cuffs me, puts the cuffs on really tight, cuffs me up, takes my phone, takes my hat. I said, "What, am I under arrest?" He said, "You're being detained." I said, "For what crime am I being detained?"
Investigation of the situation that occurred.
Yeah, he said, "Are you being detained?" And he couldn't articulate. You need to articulate a crime to detain somebody, and he had no crime that I have committed. So I was in cuffs for 20. I asked to speak to a sergeant. He keeps saying, I said, "What crime?" He couldn't tell me any crime I've committed, but yet I'm in cuffs.
It could be possibly interfering with an officer too. If an officer asks you for a driver's license or some type of form to identify you, and you don't give it to them, then that's interfering.
This is so scary that you're even saying that, man, because that's just not true.
Because how do we know who you are?
You don't have a right. You don't have a right to know who I am, and that's the scary part. And that's the scary part is because you believe that. I'm sure there's a bunch of other people who believe that too.
But if you think about it, sir. If you pull someone over on the side of the road, how do we identify them?
No, but that's because you have probable cause. Because at that point...
I'm saying, but if you think about it, sir, how do we identify the people that we come into contact with? We don't know your state of mind. We don't know that you're a felon. We don't know anything about you.
But you just need to have probable... I understand why you'd want to know and why you would ask. But what I'm saying, legally, you have no right to compel somebody to give you their identification unless they have committed a crime.
Unfortunately, sir, you just contradict what you just said. If you believe that we don't have any right to identify you or anything, what do you think about us asking you for your identification? It's just one little thing.
What, about asking for your identification?
Yeah, we'll give it to you.
Because
identification's right on the chest.
No, because your job tells you you have to. It's in your policy. I don't work for the state police. Okay. I'm not here to get it. I really don't even want to get into a debate with you. I just think I think it's kind of scary that you believe the same things he believes. But okay, that's how you guys are trained, and that's even more scary. Like I said, I know the law, and I know that I have no legal obligation.
Sorry, just bear with me, right?
Yeah.
Next board.
Eventually, Sergeant Fahey, the trooper that supervises special licensing and firearms, comes outside to address Long Island Audit, and the already bad day is about to get worse.
How you doing, Sergeant?
You're videotaping me?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I don't want to talk to you then. If you want to videotape me, then if you want to talk to me like a man, we can chat.
But what about you guys wear body cameras here? What's the difference?
I don't have a body camera.
I understand that. Can I get your name, Sergeant?
Yeah, Brian Fahey is my name.
Brian Fahey. Yeah. So there's a serious civil rights violation going on here. So as I was explaining to your other trooper, I'm a journalist, independent journalist, working on a story. Okay. And I was gathering content for that story at the Bradley Airport. TSA became concerned about me filming. Okay. A supervisor came over. The first person who was concerned called the supervisor. Supervisor said, "You have every right to film. It's not an issue. I know your rights, you know your rights, continue what you're doing. One of your troopers out of Bradley Airport, Trooper...
How can I help you today with pistol permits? Can I help you today with pistol permits?
Why would I don't need help with pistol permits. I need help with the civil rights violation, as I just told you, sir.
But you can contact our internal affairs department. It's online, or there's a phone number.
But you're a supervisor.
I'm a supervisor in charge of special licensing and firearms. So all these people that are in line, in 529 gun dealers in the state of Connecticut, that's what we're dealing with. There's an outlet for you to make your complaint.
There's a civil rights violation.
But there's an outlet for you to make your complaint, and you can make that. We've given you it.
Why are you guys acting like this? I'm trying to make a serious civil rights.
What? I don't know what you. I can't help you with your complaint today. You have your outlet. You can call IA. I can get you the number, or you can go online and make.
This is the headquarters. Can't somebody just come down here and speak to me from
internal affairs? No, because our internal affairs division is not here.
Where is it? So I can go there.
It's in Middleton. It's in Meriden. I'm sorry, at North Colony Road.
It's in Meriden.
Building number 11, I believe. Yes.
Meriden.
Yep.
Can you get me that address?
Sure. 294 North Colony Road.
294 North Colony Road.
Yep.
Building what again?
I think it's building 11. I'm not sure exactly. You're going to go, when you come into the complex, the forensic laboratory is going to be on your left. You're going to take a right. There's an island. It's the last building on the right.
And that's where they're located.
You have your outlet to make your complaint. We give you plenty of outlets to make your complaint.
Yeah.
And we've offered them all to you. You have the paperwork, right, to make your complaint?
Yeah, they just gave me the complaint.
Okay. Yeah. You can go right ahead. Go right ahead, sir.
But this is part of a thing that I'm going to fill this out, but
Fantastic.
I want to speak with somebody who can help me.
Okay, well then you can call IA, or you can go there, and if they have time to speak to you, they'll speak to you. But you have your outlet. You can go online and you can get the phone numbers.
Yeah.
You've given. We want to entertain your complaint through the proper channels. You want to make a complaint?
Yeah, which is through internal affairs.
Yep.
It's the proper
so you can
channels.
Give them that. Yep.
I will go speak to them personally.
Have a great day.
You too.
Nice talking to you.
To be completely fair to the situation, Sergeant Fahey, while in a leadership position within the agency, has no business with internal affairs and likely doesn't supervise Trooper Lavoie. It's possible the two troopers don't even know each other. Long Island Audit is then given the appropriate address and method to file his complaint. With the new information, he plans to travel there, but waits for a few moments to continue recording the scene, and that sends Sergeant Fahey into an unexpected blind rage.
You're all set here?
Excuse me?
Are you all set here?
Well, yeah, there's nothing else obviously you can help me out with at this point.
So you're all set. So you're going to go to IA right now, correct?
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right.
I'm going to be going.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to be going.
Okay. So you're going to stand here with your cell phone on?
I thought you were busy. I thought you were a busy man.
I am busy.
So you should get to work.
I should get to work? Is that what you're telling me?
If you're busy.
We're going to have a problem between you and I, definitely.
His body camera's on.
You're gonna do an interference.
His body camera's on. His body camera's on. Stop. He has his body camera on.
I don't care.
Stop,
I don't care.
Step back.
Right?
Step back.
This is private property.
I'm not doing anything.
You're not going to videotape me and have an attitude with me.
I'll get
but
off
I'm going
of
to
it.
tell you what right now, dude. I'm not the one.
All right.
Okay? I gave you the information you needed, and I gave you your outlet. Right? You were giving your outlet. No, you wanted to stand there and hold your cell phone in my face. Is what you wanted to do. Yes, you do. Take your cell phone and go and make your complaint. Okay.
Can I grab my cell phone?
You stay right here.
I'll get it for you.
All right. Where's your car at? Where's your car at? Where's your car at?
I'm gonna go, man. I'm going.
All right, no, but where's your car?
Why do you need to know where my car's at?
Just before damaging Long Island Audit's phone and battering him, Sergeant Fahey says, quote, "So you're gonna stand here with your cell phone out?"
So you're gonna stand here with your cell phone on?
Obviously referring to being filmed. If you recall, he had an issue with being recorded from the very beginning of this interaction.
How you doing, Sergeant?
You're videotaping me?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I don't want to talk to you then. If you want to videotape me, then if you want to talk to me like a man, we can chat.
Now, he looks directly at the camera and grabs it.
We're going to have a problem between you and I, definitely.
His body camera's on.
Everything we just watched seems to indicate that the reason Sergeant Fahey used his authority as a state actor and law enforcement officer to assault and batter a citizen was because Long Island Audit was filming. There was definitely a passive-aggressive tone between the two during the conversation, but that was initiated by Sergeant Fahey. Either way, filming and speech are both protected under the First Amendment, and the trooper's actions seem to be intended to deprive Long Island Audit of those rights. and despite the clear violation, and the fact that Sergeant Fahey was the aggressor, the thin blue line inspired the younger trooper to join in, rank and file, handcuffs out, ready to pounce, but not for the one initiating violent force. Rather, he intends to arrest the victim if the citizen doesn't peacefully accept his state-sanctioned beating.
You were about to arrest me, man, for real?
Is
your body camera on?
Yeah, my body camera is on, buddy. I'm Trooper Costello, 1139.
Costello?
Yep.
Wow.
Listen, with the situation
you were gonna arrest me for real?
We're gonna detain you with what the situation was going on, man.
I'm leaving. Conversation's over. Go ahead.
Overall, for practicing his freedom of press and freedom of speech, Long Island Audit was accosted, detained, handcuffed for 20 minutes, assaulted, and battered by the state agency that is charged with protecting the very rights they just violated. Unfortunately, these are not rare occurrences. In fact, they happen so often that in 2012, Connecticut adopted Senate Bill 245, which states that a peace officer who interferes with any person taking video of an officer in the performance of their duties shall be liable to such person in any action at law, suit in equity, or other proper proceeding for redress. But nearly 10 years later, the Connecticut State Police are still voluntarily costing the taxpayers by having to settle in cases like this. At this point, Long Island Audit is being represented by an attorney. Internal Affairs concluded that Trooper Lavoie acted within the law when he detained Long Island Audit, despite the absence of reasonable articulable suspicion or probable cause. A classic case of we investigated ourselves and found no wrongdoing. The courts will likely feel differently. The investigation into Sergeant Fahey is still ongoing. For future updates on the Internal Affairs investigations and lawsuit, I highly recommend that you subscribe to Long Island Audit. Be sure to head over to his channel using the links below and let him know I sent you. Thanks for watching. If you have a video you'd like me to review, email it or send it in via Facebook Messenger. You can also view this and other content on my website. If you're new here, subscribe for future content. If you've been around for a while, remember to like, share, and comment down below of what you think of this interaction. Shirts and other goodies are available at the Teespring store linked below. Channel memberships start at just $1 if you'd like to further support the channel and get a slick lack logo next to your name. I'll see you in the next video. All links are down below.